Ayan chu warmi chabarbara Hallnan. Pachakuti mesa aknana hampika mayokuna amauta. Welcome, my beloved sister, Barbara.
Thank you.
To this little encounter between souls to illumine, elucidate, and expand your teaching prowess in the world. It gives me, I'm thrilled that you can join me for this moment of sharing your story with our students and our global community. It's an honor. Thanks for showing up, sister.
I am so pleased to be here. Thank you.
So I've got a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
The first question is the following. What initially drew you to the practice of Pachakuti Mesa tradition shamanic arts?
Well, that's a really interesting question. To be honest, Oscar, it was the sound of your voice. I was already exploring shamanism, and I had been to Peru in 2014, and I had some really profound experiences there, having set the intention to learn something about shamanism, and I encountered some shaman, and it was life transforming in ways that I did not know at the time at all. Didn't realize that something really big had happened to me. And I came back to the States and continued with the healing work that I do and the spiritual work that I do, and I wanted more. And I was lucky enough to come across a Sounds True interview with you while I was making dinner in the kitchen one night. And I forget the name of the woman, but she was giving an intro to you, and then you spoke. And I instantly, through the vibratory quality of your voice, felt completely connected, and I knew that I had found my teacher. So thank you deeply for creating the Pachakuti Mesa tradition. So I went then and enrolled in the 5-part apprenticeship. And since that time, what initially drew me to the tradition, I really think that the Mesa itself is, as you say, a blueprint of the soul. It's a reflection of our own divine nature. And I found myself really drawn in to the geometry of the Mesa, I think like many people, I discovered that I had all of my sacred objects in my house already. And when I learned I needed to find a stone to represent Pachamama, Mother Earth, I was like, oh my gosh, that's this. And everything just came together so beautifully. And I found and still find that the Mesa is a place where I can go and connect. And it's wonderful because it's a visual blueprint, and it's created with objects that we love. So each individual Mesa is an individual expression, and it reflects the innate beauty and creativity of each of the people who come to this tradition. So for me, it's really been, I felt like I had come home when I was introduced to this beautiful tradition.
You have. This is the home space for the evolution of humankind. So I hear that you say that you resonated with the sound of my voice, and I'm going to take the liberty to remind you that it's not me or my voice, yet it is the essence of the lineage that spoke to you. And you're not alone. Many teachers who have encountered my teachings initially are drawn to them through the focus that I provide in what I say, yet ultimately they recognize themselves in who I am. It's all done with mirrors, as I'm saying. So you listened to your own voice in a way. And so I'd like to say that that's something that I felt important to share with you. And I thank you so much for paying attention and listening deeply and taking that step to apprentice and become a sanctioned teacher as you are now. We need a lot of Barbaras in the world.
Ah, thank you. It is my honor, truly.
So my second question for you, my love, is in what manner that's been most significant has being a sanctioned teacher of this lineage of the Pachacuti Mesa transformed your life, helped you evolve?
That is a very, very deep question. And I think there are a few things that I would say in response to that. I think the first is that when I received my sanction, I didn't really understand on a heart level what it meant to be sanctioned by the lineage and Don Oscar. And I felt very, very quickly a profound, deep connection with both Don Celso Rojas Palomino and Don Benito Correguaman Vargas. Deep and surprising to me, even though I had felt connected to them before, and I had felt so I had seen them, and generally when they appear to me, they do things. They don't so much say things as they do things, or they show me things. And their presence and my deep love and respect for them, so this relationship of being connected with the lineage shows up in my life in so many ways. And a funny example is one day I was, stuck in some mental machinations, and, my mind was in control, and I was in some kind of thought pattern about what I should do and what I shouldn't do. And I saw Don Benito and Don Celso standing together laughing at me. And they were just looking at me and just going like, and laughing. And I thought, okay, I get it. I'm in my head. I'm going to forget about this whole thing and pick it up some other time when I'm a little more connected. So that's been a really profoundly, I guess transformational thing, because I don't feel alone. I feel very supported, and I feel also very called. So there's a calling that comes with that connection, because the connection, as you pointed out about the connection that I felt with your voice, it's a connection that brings me to a remembrance of myself. And it's a reflection that is there for me. It's also a place where I can go to cry the blues, to speak my concerns, my worries, my sorrows, my anguish, my grief, and my joy, whatever is coming up. But, I tend to go there when I need guidance. So that guidance comes through, it just comes in. And it's already there, of course, but we don't always necessarily have access to it. So I would say that that's like one of the primary big changes. And like, what more would you need really than that?
Thank you for sharing that. It's very significant what you say, because the presence of these mentors, these ancient ones, Don Celso, Don Benito, and all of the maestros and maestras that came before them that show up within your archetypal realm of encounter with Source, in a sense, indicates that you have been sanctioned at a much deeper level than just by me. You're sanctioned by the entire current of participants and co-creators of this great work. Mm-hmm. And therefore, you are now able to create your own style. Place your own signature as a ceremonialist on all of the service work that you do, knowing that you will always be reminded of what is the proper etiquette as a ceremonialist and what may be pushing the envelope, because you have these two mentors of mine behind you, holding you back, as well as before you, pointing the way. And that is an extremely transformational, empowering, evolutionary thrust in your refinement as a teacher. Mm-hmm. This is, I haven't heard any of the other teachers I've interviewed speak of that essence in their transformation. And it warms my heart to know that you're in such good company, my love. This is fantastic.
Yeah, it was interesting. That showed up for me when I was preparing to teach my very first class as a teacher, as a sanctioned teacher, the Call to Heal. And I was going through a very tumultuous situation in my family. And I was under a lot of stress and pressure. And so I asked for a grounding rod so that I could stay grounded and attend to my desire to create the most perfect situation for my students and for myself. And I found, from the time I requested that, all the way through the teaching, I had this image that did not dissolve or go away, which is kind of amazing, of a tree that I was in with Don Celso there and Don Benito there. And they were just there holding space for me. It was remarkable.
Highly. To conclude our brief little conversation, I offer you a chayita of my seguro water, sister. May you receive it in good way, and may it continue to empower your evolutionary path as a sanctioned Pachacuti Mesa tradition teacher in the world. Y así sea, y así será. En nombre de mi mentor y maestro, don Celso Rojas Palomino de Salas Chiclayo y don Benito Corihuanan Vargas de Guasao Cosco, ofrezco esta chayita de mi agüita de seguro a mi hermana Bárbara Hallnan. With deep love, thank you, my beloved. Rainbow Tribe salutation. Namaste. Until next time, my love.
So much gratitude.
Mwah!